Hey guys, Captain Connor Bryant, Tidal Waters Guide Service. So I've been getting some people reaching out to me over the last couple weeks about my leaders and what I use for these flood tides. As I'm sure you know, flood tide season's upon us. We got some coming up in the next few weeks, so now's the time to make some preparations and get everything ready so you're not scrambling last minute and trying to get your rods and your leaders set up as you're sitting on the boat. So the way that I do it, I like keeping everything really simple. You're gonna need just a couple things. For mine, I do a tapered leader. I start with 35 to 20, then down to 15. Now, you can go lower than 15. You could probably get away with 12. It really depends on the structure and the grass that you're fishing. If it's really, really grassy, I'd probably stick with 14, 15, something that's going to give you a little more strength when those fish take off in that grass. If you're fishing a lot of open water, you could probably get away with 12. I've done it around main oyster systems and stuff like that. Just make sure you don't get anywhere near those oysters. Other than that, you're going to need a good old handy dandy tape measure or whatever you have to measure out around 3 feet. And then I use just some nippers and a pair of needle nose pliers, and you'll see why in a second. You'll need 2 knots, and there's tons of videos online how to tie these knots. I may end up making another one on how to do it. You're going to need to know how to do a perfection loop, and you're going to need to know how to do a blood knot. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with my 35. What I like to do is before I even cut my 35, I'm going to pull some off, and I'm going to go ahead and make a perfection loop in it. Give me just a second. My fingers are really slippery. All right, so I made one a little bit bigger than I normally would, just for a good example for you guys. So I'm gonna go cut this tag end off. Like so. Okay, and then boom, you got your perfection loop. Now from here, I'm just gonna pull out around 3 foot of line. Which is about right here. All right, so we got 3 foot, 35 pound. So from here, we're gonna go ahead, grab our 20 pound. Don't lose this. This is your 35. Keep that handy. So from here, we're gonna get our 20. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna measure out around 3 foot. If I can keep my tape measure up, and it doesn't have to be exactly 3 feet. 3 feet. And I typically go a little over 3 feet, maybe, 38 inches, just so you have a little bit of playroom in there for this blood knot. So we have our 20, and we have our 35. We are gonna, hold on one second, guys. Phone's letting me know it's gonna die soon. I'm gonna do this quick. So we're gonna do our blood. One, two, three, four, five. Three, 4, 5. And then on your blood, make sure whichever line you went through that loop first, you're gonna go backwards on your second one. Gonna cinch it down a little bit. Then you gotta lube it up. that friction's not a good thing. So I'm really bad about using my teeth on everything. All right, so ready to roll here. So now we're at around 6 foot. So as you can guess, we're gonna use our 15 next. We're gonna do the exact same thing again. So I can find, there we go. Again, I'm gonna go probably 38 inches on here. Get my nippers right here. We're gonna do the exact same thing all over again. Five. One, two, three, four, five. Gonna get it just kind of tight. And then again, lube it up. And if you're one of those people like me that are just primitive cavemen and have to use their teeth on making on knots and everything else, remember you're only biting to put pressure on that tag end, not the actual leader. So I'm going to come back through. I'm going to clean it up. And just like that, you're done. So you have your perfection, 35, blood to your 25, blood to your 15. And then you can loop knot your fly. You can do whatever you want attach it wise. And that's it. That's the down and easy way to do a tapered leader. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, let me know. If you have any other good little techniques that you like to use, let me know. If you wanted to throw, another 2 or 3 foot of a smaller test on there at the very end, you can, and go back and cut it if that ends up being too light. So other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good night.